Hawley has already sort of previewed what perhaps he might be bringing up. He says he's been looking through her record and that he takes issue with the fact her sentencing for certain child predators. This article claiming that she let child predators off the hook when it comes to lesser sentencing times. Do you think this comes up, and how might this play into the line of questioning we'll see?
Well, I think the overall concern among a lot of conservatives is the fact that it appears that she has a record of being soft on crime. And I don't think it's any secret to anyone. There's a huge spike in crime all across America, especially in our big cities. Some wonder, is this a result of lenient sentencing? Is this a result of criminal justice reform? Is this a result of liberal Democrats in big cities taking advantage of COVID and letting more criminals out than they should have? All of these are concerns. You know, we've got to get serious about crime. I think this is an issue. If you look at the recent polling with suburban women and independents, two groups that Republicans didn't do the best in the last election, this is one of the main concerns. So certainly her position on crime and her outlook on sentencing and things like that, I think that's going to be a huge topic that a lot of Republicans are going to be anxious to hear her answers.
All right, opening statements again, opening up at 11 a.m. We'll bring it to our viewers live. If I could, I'd like to ask you about what's happening overseas. The report that Russian military has used hypersonic missiles for the first time, this coming out over the weekend, perhaps that they've already deployed them on Saturday and Sunday against targets in Ukraine. What does this tell you about Putin's weapons arsenal?
Well, unfortunately, Putin's already crossed the red line. Everyone talks about this is a red line. This is a line in the sand he can't cross. But Putin's already crossed that line. So I don't think from this point on anything would surprise most Republican members of Congress as far as what Putin's going to do, what he can do. We knew that he had weapons of mass destruction. We knew that he was going to hit below the belt. We knew that nothing that he claimed with respect to Ukraine would hold true. So certainly we've got to continue to try to do anything we can to help the Ukrainians. You know, I think Joe Biden's been very slow and hesitant to get weapons to the Ukrainians. You know, unlike the Afghanis, the Ukrainians actually want to fight back. But I think what happened in Afghanistan has given Biden and his Pentagon a lot of reservations about sending weapons over there because they didn't want to see another story where our weapons ended up in the hands of our enemies.
Really interesting point. Again, $800 million worth of additional military equipment being sent over to Ukraine, but that does not include those MiG fighter jets, at least at this time. Congressman James Comer joining us this morning. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me on.
You got it.